Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey everybody! Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. With your main squeeze, Angela Hiley, and this sexy beast,
and get out the
John motherfucking Herman.
Go snag a Desert Eagle out of there.
Why that?
In my head brown.
No, you should be sporting the pink.
That too. You pick that up. And you touch
I'm not picking it up.
Come on.
No, I don't want to do that. That's so cheesy, John.
Grab some guns though. Let them know freedom rings over here.
That's so cheesy.
Well, grab my guns then.
It's cheesy, babe.
No, it's not. People love that.
Okay. Don't give me that look.
Don't you tell me what's cheesy or what's not cheesy.
It's a little cheesy.
Make sure there's bullets in it.
Huh?
Make sure there's bullets in it.
I don't know if there's bullets in it. There's not bullets in the Ed Brown. Oh, wait a minute, is this it? I don't know which one's this. That's a Kimber. That one's loaded. Now I gotta do guns.
Yeah, babe, that's what we're about. Tactical. Duh.
Hey, be nice! This MDX is loaded.
Throw a couple of them up here. Grab the Desert Eagle.
What case is that in? Is it the
It's
blue
in the
one?
big one? No, the other one.
You want your knife too?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anybody seen this bad boy yet? Oh, this is very pretty. This thing hasn't been cocked, right? This hasn't been cocked, right?
No. We're about to go live, though. Just a heads up.
Right now?
We are.
No, you told me to get this shit.
You're all right. Keep grabbing guns, girl. Do as I say, girl. Keep grabbing them guns.
What other one?
What?
What other one?
You know which ones I told you.
The ones that are loaded?
What's going on? Of course. What's up, everybody? John Hiley and Angela Hiley with the Tactical Dent Tech
Well,
Podcast.
they don't get to see me right now.
Barrel sweep me with them.
I'm not barrel sweeping you with anything.
What's going on, y'all? So, anyhow, we are live, okay? This is our...
That's good.
would this be our first podcast live?
Yeah.
Anyhow, we wanted to
see
do
comments?
that in this group, okay? And we want to start off by saying, let motherfucking freedom ring, okay? Let the fucking freedom ring. Tired of dealing with all these whiny ass bitches and all these other groups. Scared of a fucking gun. So, right there it is, baby. So anyhow, this podcast right here, we want to talk a little bit about this new group. We want to let all of our listeners know that they've got a refuge, a place to come and be themselves, man. A place to come, a place where they don't have to worry about shit unless they start shit with somebody, and then they got to worry about shit. Because if you do that, you got to take care of your own shit. That's just the way it is, right?
Yeah, does this thing lag or something?
It does lag or something. So,
okay.
Now we can see all of your comments. So if you have any comments or you have any questions or anything like that, post them in the right-hand sidebar, okay? So, yeah, she just noticed that it lags by about 10 seconds. If you guys can hear everything, if everything's good, give me a shout out.
That's why I was like looking so confused. Like,
This is gonna be dropped. This is gonna be dropped on Thursday morning to our thousands of tactical podcast listeners. We appreciate each and every one of you. I hope all you guys in this group, if you haven't checked out the podcast, check it out. It's kind of a lot about what this community is kind of born from, and I want to say it's kind of because like everybody has like restrictions, right? Like every community out there seems to have these restrictions, and kind of like in my life, I don't have them restrictions. Do I restrict myself?
no.
I kind of like do and say whatever the fuck I want whenever I want to do it or say it. So because of that, I thought
Except I control you.
You got a type of control over me.
I do it in a nice way.
I want to be honest with you. You got a type of control with me. I want to be honest with you, all right? So, starting out the Tactical Podcast, a lot of you listeners know we always feature, usually we feature a craft beer, but I'm going to have to bring in my favorite right now, okay? I'm going to have to bring in my favorite, and that is motherfucking Viking blood.
Sounds like extremely sweet.
Fuck yeah, all right?
Really
It's
sweet.
extremely sweet. But I'm going to tell you something, like, this shit's kind of expensive, all right? I consider it kind of like a fine wine that goes into your system and makes you want to go out and just savage the fucking world, if not the universe.
Yeah.
And the deal is with this, it's the oldest honey mead on record, okay? So literally it dates back into the days of fucking Vikings. Actually, way before that, if you actually read it. They talk about how it dates back into the days of the monks and back to the Egyptians and things like that. And I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a little preview of what it tastes like.
It's really sweet.
So I'm going to let you guys know what it's about. Y'all ever seen a fucking honey badger? So it's kind of like a honey badger when they get up in that honey thing, you know what I'm saying? And they fucking bust their head out of there. And honey's all over their head, and they got like bees stinging them and shit like that. But the honey badger's just sitting there going, just eating that shit. That's what Viking blood's like. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess.
All right, so that's my description of Viking blood. So, rolling into this podcast here, y'all know our one only rule, which is no rules, right?
No, there's like a rule.
No family.
No, kids. Yeah,
none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We've seen some people in the past in our community act fucking stupid over people's kids, and that's fucking makes me want to destroy people. And that is it, okay? Yeah. So anything else will not be deleted. You will not be deleted based on your actions. Unless you, I gotta say, if some motherfucker gets on here and starts posting a lot of shit about selling like some sort of replica sunglasses.
Yeah.
That means you just accidentally got in, okay?
Yeah.
We can't have that bullshit,
that would
right?
be by me.
That'd be her. She let you in on accident, okay?
Yeah.
I need to put that thing where they gotta answer a few questions, but... So, anyhow, welcome. Mikasa Yukasa, okay? So going into this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about some shit that I just really don't understand about people, and some things I didn't understand about the other groups, is like how a man himself, okay? Believe it or not, like, I really don't get this shit from like women, right? Like, it seems like women got bigger fucking balls than men nowadays. But like how a man can get so offended, can get so hurt by seeing one of these, okay? How he can get so hurt and so offended just by the sight of one of these right here, that he loses his shit, can't control himself, demands that it should be taken down. I mean, does something have so much control over your life, okay? And I think I talked about this in previous podcasts. It's like even a word, man. Like if you allow a fucking word to have control over your life to the point to where it drives you fucking crazy. I mean, you kind of like you just let really little shit bother you that really doesn't fucking matter, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, like, I feel sorry for the individuals that have to live like that. They have to live behind a computer, searching out, like, every time they see some shit that offends them, or some shit that they don't resonate as their own, or some shit that just fucking, they gotta jump on there and push their opinion into the world. You don't see me doing that, man. I don't go searching people that are fucking eating tofu, you know what I'm saying? Trying to tell them tofu sucks. And be honest with you, like, I eat tofu.
Tofu's not that bad. Just the
I
way
like
it's
it
prepared.
in that Chinese soup. You know what I'm saying? Like how you get that soup in them little square pieces of...
Japanese. When you go eat sushi, they give you that soup. Or is it Chinese?
I'm sure fucking both of them eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we love sushi. No joke.
And we love the soup with the tofu in it.
Right.
It's good.
It's real good. It's real good. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we appreciate how everybody, in this group is starting to participate. And kind of what I'm thinking here, you know what I mean? You guys let me know. You know what I mean? If you guys want to comment, stuff like that. Because, like, I'm thinking about some different things that we can do to kind of amp up the engagement in the group. And I've been looking into some different contests and things like that. So I want to have a little bit more fun in here than you see out there in some of the other groups.
I
I take shit
people
seriously.
Are being, like, really creative. Like when Jay Gearhart did that video, like
Jay Gearhart should get a fucking Medal of Honor for that video.
I know, because I find myself watching that video like over and over.
She was watching it before we got in here, man. I mean,
and I'm like, this is so fucking awesome.
Well,
like,
he's
this is
like,
right up my alley.
In all honesty, like, Jay Gearhart is a fucking talented dude. I mean, I'm not making no damn Snoop Dogg video. I might collaborate with him on something and try to be that cool, but, like...
I love that.
right.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
So let me ask you, babe, what are you drinking tonight? Tell him.
Just water.
Yeah, with a little bit of tequila in it.
It's my own version of my own margarita. It's just got lime juice, fresh, squeezed lime juice. And then lots of tequila and soda water.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's some amazing shit. Like, this tequila that we get here from Dayton is probably some of the best that I've ever had.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Christina, I'm going to be sending you a bottle of this because I know you're a tequila girl.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely going to be shooting one of them out to ya.
Yes.
But I've never tasted a tequila that has such a great agave flavor. It's
really extremely smooth. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's right up anybody's alley if they like tequila. It's probably one of my, in all honesty, it's probably my favorite.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to recommend any of y'all who are into craft beers and stuff like that, or any fuck what you're into, post it up on here, all right? This right here is from Ryan Geist Brewery, right here in Cincinnati, and it's called Knowledge. It's an Indian Pale Ale. Fucking love it. Shit is delicious. Amazing.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. So what's been going on? What's been going on in our week that led us to this, okay? There's a lot of little shit that's been going on, right? A lot of little shit for me that's been going on. I think I've been tested quite a bit lately.
Me too. Especially on Sunday when I went out there to stain the front porch.
Yeah.
I was bombarded by like 8 bees, and I'm like highly
allergic to them.
Allergic to them, and I killed them bastards.
Started killing them bitches by hand.
Yeah, at the end after I had a few beers. That's what started the day drinking. Was the whole
what
beer
started
episode.
The day drinking?
It's because there was a bee's nest that was underneath one of the patio furniture. And I killed that, and then when I moved all the patio furniture off the front porch, the bees were just, like, swarming around and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, you motherfuckers, you are not, like, ruining my day. The shit I have to get done.
Right.
So, I didn't have any bee spray, but I found spider spray, and I thought, well, hey, that'll work. Went up there, sprayed them, and then as soon as they fell, I killed them. And then I killed a couple with my hands. So there was only 2 left. So I killed 6 of them. There was like 2 left, and then basically after that, anytime I got up on the front porch, they took off because they knew they were like, this woman means business. She is going to kill me.
That's right. That's right. So I'm going on to our group right now. I probably should have done this earlier. I'm double checking that we are streaming right now. There we go. All right, I'm seeing you guys. There for whatever reason, I couldn't see the comments earlier.
I know.
So that's what I was wondering. I'm like, all these motherfuckers joining in, but nobody's commenting. What the hell is going on? And what it is, it's Zoom has a new platform. And now we are starting to see the shit. So I'm going to turn the volume down on it here. And Dino likes tofu, he says. Nick Mullen chiming in here. What's going on? Jeff Smith. What's up, Sean, boy? Yeah, patriotism is too hardcore for some people, I guess. What's going on, Jody Crawford? What's going on, Crystal? She's laughing. What's going on, Arizona, my boy? What's up, Jay Get Hot? We were just talking about you, man.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So, anyhow, now I got your comments up right here so I can hear and see them.
You can tell I'm a little bit sunburnt today because I was staying in the back deck.
Yeah.
See, I'm the woman that goes around and does all these, like...
I make her do all the shit. Like, all that shit. Because she knows that if she asks me to go do it, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm going to lie, man. I've done that shit in the past. I can do all that manly shit. I can fucking lay down a deck. I can fucking build shit. Whatever it is. Nodding her head at me. But
John's giving himself way too many props.
I will fucking hire Ed the handyman any day to do that shit for me, okay? Mm-hmm. It's just bottom line, man. It's just like I gotta weigh my options when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, appreciate the love there, brother. Appreciate the love. So, like, one of the things that have been kind of like testing me lately, and like a little commitment that I decided to make to myself and kind of make to the world, is that, like, number one, that I was never going to let anybody have any kind of say so or control over my feelings or to dictate my actions or my feelings, besides probably this little chick back here behind me, okay? And I'm telling you, like, when you decide that, or when you decide that you're not going to allow somebody else to fucking step in, decide to ruin your happiness, and when you start cutting, like, negative motherfuckers out of your life, okay? And you start putting boundaries in front of them, like, dude, don't come at me like that, man. Don't even contact me like that, okay? And you decide to teach people exactly how the fuck they're going to interact with you. The very fucking first thing they say, I'm telling you every time, guys. So if you decide to make a commitment like this, it's pure freedom, number one, okay? But if you decide to make a commitment like that in your life, the very first thing they say is they like the old you.
What happened to you?
What happened to you?
Oh my God. You were going through a midlife crisis.
They love the old you, is what and that's, in all honesty, that's basically like them saying, I like the you that I could fucking control. Or I like the you that respected the shit that I fucking told you I thought you should do. So because of that, I want the old you to come back, okay? Now that's like, that is classic shit for anybody that's trying to achieve, or anybody that's trying to become better or rise higher up in their life. You are going to have that. People are going to act like you're fucking crazy because you don't respond to them in the ways that you would have in the past, okay? But at one point, you got to make a decision like, am I going to let motherfuckers disrespect me? Am I going to allow them to dictate my actions when I am my own man, as you are your own woman or man? I see Melissa giving me a shout out right there. As your own woman, or if I'm going to let people dictate that, okay? What the fuck? Why do I have a brain, all right? Why should I function or make decisions on my own if I'm going to allow other people to dictate that? Am I not intelligent enough to figure out exactly what I want to do with my time, how I want to do it, how I want to respond to people, okay? So big changes that I'm feeling inside right now, and I'm just loving it, man. I kind of feel like a roar of a fucking lion coming out.
Like,
And every day I feel it like more and more and more. I feel the passion like coming in deeper. I mean, y'all are about to see some fucking heat come out of me.
Ooh.
And I don't give a fuck who loves it, who likes it, okay? I don't really give a flying fuck. That is my last.
Well, I think, in all honesty, as a human being, you're always evolving. So you're always wanting to achieve more. You're always wanting to improve on yourself. Why be stagnant and, stay in one place?
Right. And the problem is, most of the people around you, if they see you heading up, okay, that's the problem. If you got people around you that see you going up and you see changes in them, it's because there's either jealousy,
they're insecure,
or insecurity in their own heart. And they will physically or they will try to bring you back down to where you were previously.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's life, though. And it's so interesting. Like, I see all this shit that I couldn't see in the past, I mean, I see it like it's so weird. Like, if you're around somebody who you know what I mean? You've kicked it with in the past, whatever, and it's your crew, it's your surrounding, they can change, okay?
Yeah.
They can change, all right? So keep that in mind, all right? So what I see is like all of a sudden, things are going awesome. We're doing things. We're making things happen. And next thing you know, you start talking about it and your dude starts looking down when you're talking about it. That's a key indicator. That's like one of the key indicators that he's not ready to celebrate your happiness. And then if you see that same individual coming at you with, you need to be like how you was before, because of whatever reason, they're just trying to sabotage your success.
Oh, come here.
And I'll be honest with y'all, I've been going hard over the last, it's been like, I've been going hard for 8 months solid?
Lily's totally feeling this.
She is.
She had to join.
That's our baby right there.
Hey, everybody.
That's our baby right there. I'm going to read some of the comments here, all right?
It's Lily Boo Boo. Look at the personality. Oh, you're so cute. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey.
Right.
Say hey. Hello.
That's our baby right there. We love dogs.
Say I is a fierce bitch. Say I will fuck you up. Even though I'm cute and soft.
She's gotta have a love sandwich between me and her every day before I leave. She stands there by the door and makes her pick me up, and we come together and love on her before I leave. But then she'll want to try to bite your leg off if you're somebody outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of what I love about dogs, because they don't fuck around. I mean,
yeah, she's territorial.
I think honestly that's why I like dogs more than I like people.
Yeah.
Is because they're honest. They're truthful. Yeah. They just feel the vibe and say what the fuck or whatever they feel it, okay? They don't hide their emotions.
Let me smell your ass, and if it's good, be cool, and if not, yeah.
If you don't have a good smelling ass, I mean, you're out.
That's right.
Right? So going back to the thing though, okay, y'all. So everybody here, I believe, if you're in this group, you may be trying to achieve something better. You may be trying to achieve something higher. Right. You may be trying to bring yourself up to whatever next level, okay? Maybe that's a reason why you're in this group, okay? That's the reason why I created the group, okay? But I'm here to tell you, when you do that, you're going to face opposition from everybody around you. The only person that you can truly be true to during that time is yourself, okay? Truly, truly, truly. What are you reading?
That comment?
What did it say?
The Jay Gear?
Jay Gearhart likes places to come.
He's a dirty man.
I'm sure you do, man. Use a sock.
Oh!
Use a fucking sock, dude.
Why do they say a sock for?
We'll talk about that on another podcast.
Why do they say a sock?
I don't know. I was raised in a house full of women.
You're not. Why do they talk about a sock?
Because you can literally do it without making a big mess.
Ah, I see.
I mean, haven't you ever washed my socks?
You haven't done that.
Oh, yeah. You know the rabbit holes we go down if you listen to this podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
But look, you know, I just want everybody to start like thinking more and more for themselves. Like I seen this shit in this industry that started to drive me crazy, okay? Like some of the things that I seen that just started to like kind of make me go, wow, man. Like I started to see everybody fucking like kind of like line up and start acting exactly the same, okay? Like all of them. They started fucking changing their profile pictures the same. They started like lining up in line and all started like acting in this certain way under this fucking weird thing that they called professionalism, okay?
So they weren't being their true self.
So like, but like the weirdest thing to me is like, I'm cool with being professional, okay, if it's in my own way. Because this is the way I show up to any meeting. Like I've literally, you can ask this girl, she don't let me fucking lie about shit. I have consulted multi-million-dollar companies like this. I walk in like this. I consult their teams on internet marketing like this, okay? Because this is who the fuck I am. And if they don't appreciate that, that's their motherfucking problem. You know what I'm saying? But I see everybody lining up like ducks, okay? When everybody starts lining up like ducks, they start standing in line like fucking sheep. They start all acting the fucking same and being herded by the few that are fucking poking them in the ass, telling them to walk this certain way or telling them to think this way. And when you start hearing them like telling them to think in ways that are fucking logically fucked up, like where fucking math loses its fucking value and the shit that they tell you fucking overrides actual logic, I knew something was fucked up. Like, I knew something was fucked up to the point that, oh, it's going to change. It's going to change. I mean, don't fucking think that my reach is small, okay?
John's on a mission.
Don't think that my reach is small. I've been told by several fucking, so to speak, high-level fucking dudes or whatever they consider themselves that I created a paradigm shift in the industry before. I'll fucking shift that bitch again. And they're the same guys that told me that's probably not going to like it, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm you know, here's the way I look at it, right? Here's some things the way I look at it, right? So I actually had a Dent Wizard fucking executive one time get a hold of me. He was trying to get a free membership so he could take a look at it and, you know, whatever, decide whatever, okay? He's going to pay just like the next guy, okay? I don't give a fuck who he was. Now, if he would have contacted me and asked me nicely, but the way he approached it was because he was such at a high status that I should have bowed down, started blowing him, and gave him something that other people had to pay for.
No, that's not right.
I don't give a fuck who they are.
No, you're all treated the
I
same.
don't give a fuck who they are, okay? And that's the worst, right? That's my worst fucking... That is like literally, I feel like the people that are the fucking scum of the earth are the ones that think they're so fucking good that they could walk in and tell you to do shit in the way that they want you to do it because they have some sort of fucking status tied to their ego, okay?
Yeah.
Like immediately when people hit me with that, it's repulsive and I immediately turn away. That's where I stand, okay? So if you want to know where this group is going, where it stands, that's a good fucking indicator right there.
Everybody's shit stinks.
Everybody's shit stinks.
That's true, right? I'm sorry, but there ain't nothing special about you. I mean, maybe a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, compared to another individual, there's, you know, I kind of treat everybody on like the same level, whether they are, you know, they have this and that, or whether they don't have this and that.
I love it, Dino. I like that, man. I like it. Title means nothing. Title means nothing. You know, at one point I got offered the title of being a vice president of PDR Nation. I told him I didn't want it. I got the title offered to me of being president of PDR Nation. I told them all I didn't fucking want it. Okay? Bottom line, all right? I didn't give a fuck about any of them titles. You ain't gonna see me putting that bullshit on my resume. I'm going to be honest with you, like my deepest seated belief is that the moment that you start laying your shit down on yesterday's accomplishments is the moment that some hungry motherfucker is going to come along and tear you apart, okay? The shit that you did yesterday, celebrate it for a minute, man. Chill out. Go buy yourself a fucking new car. That's what I do. Honestly, like, I do that. That's why I drive around all these cars, right? Because, like, that's my celebration. That's my fucking, my gift. I love cars so much. That's my gift at the end of the fucking journey. So what I tell myself is, John, if you do this, if you sell this, if you accomplish this, if you make this, then you get this, okay? Then I get it. But then tomorrow, I'm not shit again. I'm never fucking tied to my previous bullshit, okay? My ego's not tied to it. I'm not tied to it. Because the moment you do, you know, I know people that are laying around, honestly, like, I know people today that are hugging their fucking football helmet from back when I was in high school. That literally, they're looking in the rearview mirror at such an intense level that they're seeing shit that's back in their high school days as their glory days.
Oh,
okay?
That's not good.
But there's a big-ass window in front of you, okay? A big-ass window in front of you, but they decide to look in that little tiny rearview mirror.
Out there with your hand.
I'm not going to Joseph you.
No, I see what you're saying.
You guys get that.
But do you remember that one day, I forget, we were somewhere and I seen a, somebody had an escort station wagon that was parked in a parking lot. And I was like, oh, honey, I was like, don't you remember? I was like, I used to drive one of those things around.
She used to drive the hooptiest escort, but it was good.
Yeah, it was teal.
It was given to us from my dad.
It was amazing on gas. I could put like $20 in that thing, and it would last me like almost 3 weeks. And I was just like, damn. And I forget, you looked at me and you said something like, geez, I thought maybe you would be like embarrassed or like ashamed of that. And I was like, no. I was like, it got me from point A to B. Like, it just, you know.
Well, you know, I
was being humble about, you know, being humble.
Right. But I think what a lot of people, honestly, they don't realize or want to connect with is usually the worst part of your story or that shit that you're trying to hide from the world, okay? Basically, the very, very worst part of your story that you're trying to hide from the world is usually what the world needs to hear. And it's honestly what makes the world connect with you, okay? So, if you're trying to hide something that you're ashamed of or something like that, it took me a long time to, well, I mean, it didn't take me that long, but it took me a little while to think about putting that fat-ass picture of myself on there. You know what I mean? Like I was...
You weren't fat, you just had a lot of belly.
See that? See? That's why I was fat, because she thought I was sexy, and I thought I was sexy too, because she was giving me that encouragement, you know what I'm saying? But that's what a girl...
You weren't, like, overweight, but I told you, I was like, you need to get rid of that belly fat, because that's the worst area for a man, and I've said it before on this podcast, I was like, that's the worst area to be carrying your weight is around in your stomach.
Yeah, so... But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like the very, very worst part of our stories that we have. Okay, you know, I used to try to hide forever that I'm a high school dropout. I used to be ashamed of that. I never wanted anybody to figure that out about me. I never wanted anybody to fucking know that I was a dent hack. That I was fucking hacking dents like a motherfucker when I came out of school. I didn't know shit. I didn't want anybody to know that. All right, so I wanted everybody to think that John Hiley was this fucking perfect dent guy, right, back in the day, okay? Back when I was trying to live in my facade, back when I was trying to fucking live behind a fucking wall of fake, okay? Mm-hmm. Back when I was trying to live behind a fucking wall of fake, okay?
You're just trying to find yourself.
But here's the thing. How the fuck does that help anybody out there, number one? And then the second thing that I found out is that people are not really willing to learn from you, okay, because I'm in the educational end of the industry. They want to know that at one point you were in their fucking shoes Because you gotta help dig them out of the fucking same hole that y'all both were in, okay? So if he got out of that hole, then he can help me get out of that hole, okay? Mm-hmm. But if I would have just kept that same shiny facade, okay? Trying to act like I ain't never fucked anything up in my life, trying to act like I was so perfect, trying to act like, I was always the wonderful fucking Dent guy that that I was or I am or whatever that I try to be. A lot of people would not have connected with that. Mm-mm. Because they would not have been able to feel or understand that I could get them to where they need to go if I've never physically experienced it, okay?
Oh, hey, Corey Fisher.
What's going on, fish dog? There's Arizlan. We all gotta start for something. Arizlan, I'm gonna tell you something about Arizlan, okay? Y'all see Arizlan on there? That dude is absolutely no joke. I told him to quit his job when he was with me training. He came to me, and he's a Russian dude. He came to me and said, John, you give me one piece of criticism, John. One piece of criticism. And you know what I stopped and told him? Sometimes fucking the truth is harsh. But Arizlan legitimately wanted criticism. Okay? Constructive criticism, but mine comes out a little rough sometimes. I told him to stop wavering back and forth. I told him, make a decision and fucking do it. Either decide to do this or don't. Or decide all this other shit. Like Arizlan had all these ideas when he was there, and I applaud that, okay? I applaud a dude having all these ideas, but he was there training with me for a reason. So I looked at Arizlan, I told him, I said, man, when you go home, quit your job. Arizlan's got 3 kids and a wife at home. Is that 3 kids, right, Arizlan? I want to make sure that's right, okay? So 3 kids and a wife at home. You know what Arizlan does? He goes home and puts in his 2 weeks' notice. You want to know what Arizlan just got featured on? Dude's been in business for 1 year and has 100, probably has more now. We featured it on one of our emails, has 105 fucking star reviews on Google. Who has 100 solid 5 stars across the bar reviews?
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
Arizlan is a bad motherfucker. But look, he's an example.
I love it, though. I love it.
He's an example, okay? That's why people come to me, though. You know what I mean? I rarely, in all honesty, guys, like, don't hit me up on training because I rarely do it. But back then I was kind of going like, here and there, right? But
I don't want you. I still want you to do your training because here's the thing: anyone that I have noticed that trains with you for advanced
they come
training,
to all of our shit they show up at all my events.
Their life completely changes, and it's like it's for the better.
It's a lot of work for me, though.
It's a lot of work, but it's such an amazing feeling just to be able to give someone that push, someone to tell them that hey, you can do this, and they have.
And I apologize for anybody who's been hitting me up because I've had people fill out the applications and all that stuff for what? I haven't returned the last 100. It's not about you, man. It's not about you. I just needed a mental break from it, to be honest with you. I needed to recalibrate and rethink. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so Arizlan says he's being hated by the local techs now.
That means
welcome
you're doing
to
something
the
good.
fucking. Hey, look, man.
I mean, you're doing something good.
So, here's the deal. When you do something amazing, you are going to be hated by people.
Oh,
okay?
Absolutely.
So, I was kicking it with a dude that I know the other day. His name's Greg McAfee. He owns one of the largest heating and cooling companies in the Midwest. All right. And he said one of the major things that he did to take his company to the level that he actually took it, it was called industry disruption. Y'all hear that? Industry disruption.
Ooh. I'll be right back. I gotta get some more tequila.
Grab me a beer, babe.
I will.
See
what
how that
one
works.
do you want?
Grab me an Indian. Grab me a knowledge. Grab me some knowledge, babe. So
is that empty or no?
No, there's a little bit.
Okay.
So, like in all honesty, right, the industry disruption that he was talking about was really fucking interesting because what it actually was, it was him doing things and figuring out methods to serve his customers at like a higher level where his competition couldn't figure out how the fuck to do it for years. And he literally pressured them into rising to his level. But because they couldn't figure out how to do it, or they couldn't figure out how to do the things that he did, they would literally be years behind him. So, like, I'll give you one of the examples. One of the very first industry disruptions that Greg McAfee did here was he made his technicians wear booties on their shoes when they walked in your house where the call was free. So if they didn't put fucking, and this is back in 1994, y'all. This is back when heating and air conditioning guys were fucking smoking cigarettes in their truck and shit like that, right? So he made them literally wear booties in their house, in your house, where the call was free. It took years for the competition. The competition, he said, they were saying, how can I get my guys to do it? You know, I don't think my guys will do it. They were like so focused on the problem that they didn't do the shit that Greg did to create that solution. He created the solution by saying, if they don't wear it, it's free. The moment he fucking said that, every technician that works for his company was going to wear them because they wanted to get paid on the job. And then it went on from there. He started doing things like 8 to 8, same great rate. Well, the competition said, well, I can't get my guys to work past 5 o'clock. How am I going to get them to do it? Well, Greg, he started doing things like he didn't make it a negative. He made it a positive. He made a swing shift. He said, hey, Joe, every other week you're going to come in at noon and you're going to work to 8. You can take the kids to school. You can mow the grass. You can do this kind of stuff. You can sleep in a little bit later. You get drunk the night before. Whatever, right? So he framed it as a positive, okay? And then what did he do? He created the system that delivered to these people, okay? He started branding his own fucking equipment. He just did one thing after the next. And I sat there and asked Greg, I said, man, I was like, you shot a lot of fucking cannonballs over the bows of your competition over the years, man. I'm like, how did it feel when they shot back? I was like, how did it make you feel when they shot back? You know what he told me? He stopped, think about it for maybe a half of a second. And he looked at me and said, John, I really wish they would have shot back more. He said, I used to get upset when they copied me. Now I'm flattered by it. He said, but God, he said, I wish they would have shot back more. And in all honesty, when they shot at me, I was very excited. That's the fucking mark of a champion right there. Mm-hmm. That's the mark of a champion, okay? So, and I got to get on my guys like this, all right? So we got an inner circle, and one of my main dudes who are fucking hitting it hard, right? Kind of came in a few weeks ago, and he had like a story about some guy who was fucking, coming at him. You know who you are. I'm not going to call you out, but a guy that was in his market coming at him and doing this and that shit, stuff like that. And it fucking angered me, okay? Like a love, like an anger that had love based behind it. Because I'm sitting here saying, look, man, I'm like, you shouldn't be fucking waking up in the middle of the night thinking what this motherfucker's doing. You should have him waking up in the middle of the night wondering what the fuck are you going to do next.
Right.
And when they do something that hits home with you, you should take that as a learning experience, man. You should feel it, own it, learn, and come back bigger and better and stronger than ever before. That's the mark of a fucking champion, y'all. Mm-hmm. You don't get hurt in business. I kind of looked at it like this back in the past, okay? There's a bunch of kids in a playground, right? So we all had these playgrounds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got your, like, gothic kids over here, okay? You got your athletes over here where I was fucking hanging out and kicking it, okay? Mine was kind of like athlete slash...
partier.
Yeah, shit like that, okay? And then you had your, like, people that did the flutes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The band people?
Right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
band
people, right? Well, the thing was, like, being, like, in that athlete group.
I used to play the trumpet.
I mean, Like, I was going hard every day against my dudes, okay? We didn't take offense. We didn't hold that into the next round, okay?
I was going hard too, playing my trumpet.
She was playing her trumpet going hard.
What?
Earlier today? Earlier today?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So look. So look. Like, here's the way I look at it, right? Like, I came into the field, was playing hard, okay? If I got beat, then I fucking deserved it. If I got beat, it's because I wasn't as good as I should be. Mm-hmm. If I got beat, it's because I didn't show up with the willpower or the mental strength that it took to win, okay?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking blame it on the people that I was competing against. What the fuck is that shit? You don't blame that shit on the people that you're competing against. They're fucking in there to win it too, man. You should be the reason why they're flipping around in bed at night. They sure in the fuck shouldn't be the reason you, okay? So you gotta bank on them being the band members or something like that, okay? You gotta bank on them being like the goth kids that are fucking scared and hurt when everybody says something about them and they get offended, okay? And then you gotta turn there and be a fucking man. And be able to take anything anybody throws at you.
Don't they call them emos nowadays?
Whatever.
I think that's what they call
as a
them.
learning experience rather than something that hurts and crushes your tiny little fucking heart. Because this is not a game where you deserve or you own anything. You don't fucking own your customers. You don't fucking deserve anything. And I'm going to give you guys a little advice here. Other than you and your immediate family, nobody in the fucking world cares whether you fail.
That's true.
If you went out of business tomorrow, your customers would look at you and say, well, I guess I gotta find somebody else.
Yeah. Even your extended family, they ain't gonna give two shits.
They might be happy.
More than likely, they'll probably be happy.
They might celebrate that shit.
That fucker
inside.
finally,
You know what I'm saying? Know that, man. Know that, okay?
Jealousy runs deep.
But you don't deserve anything. The only thing you deserve is what I've been talking about in this whole podcast. It's today, it's now, it's what's in front of you. It wasn't what's behind you.
No.
Okay? It's not what you think you're owed in life up ahead of you.
That's right.
Okay? You make plans. That's why I got fucking tactical blasted across my neck, man. Because it's a fucking plan, okay? Because I know that I have a vision, or I know that I have a destination that I need to be at, okay? I don't give a fuck what's behind me. All I care about is that I've got a destination, and that today, what's in front of me, the actions that I do in front of me, the shit that I can see here and now, is in coordinates with driving me towards that destination. What are you smiling about?
Danny, he's like, what's up?
What's up, sexy couple? What's
Woo-hoo.
going on?
That was so sweet.
Ta 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 ta, Danny Espanol. Ta 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 ta, Danny. Ta 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 ta.
Big old smile on my face.
Yeah. So, anyhow, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all been hearing me fucking dropping heat for a minute.
That's okay. I've just been doing a lot of work outside, so I'm a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, y'all, you know Mother's Day is on Sunday. So, let's just think about that. Okay?
What's going on, Blake?
Y'all need to be doing something extra.
Hey, Blake, your bitch ass better be up to fucking getting up to my Dents for Kids, boy.
Extra special this Sunday, okay?
How do you really feel, John?
Whether you're doing something for your mama, whether you're doing something for your wife that has bared those beautiful children, or y'all got some fur babies that you love together, you better be doing something extra special.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's Blake right there, man. He's the dude who I trained early on that was out there shooting shotgun in his yard with his underwear.
Oh, well, he's right
One
up
of our
alley.
fucking people.
Yeah, you're right up our alley, brother.
And I told you how much I love Blake. No, I love all the people that came and trained. Honestly, I can't think of one person I didn't, but fucking Blake is awesome. He gonna come to the dance for kids. He gonna be out in his underwear singing karaoke.
Like, in all honesty, the majority of the people that I meet in the PDR industry, I absolutely love. Mm-hmm. Like, they all have a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. Now, there's certain ones out there, unfortunately, they're just not my cup of tea, but that's okay. Because we're not everybody's cup of tea.
Thank fucking God. It's the whole thing about, like, what do they say? If you're marketing to everybody, like if you run a marketing campaign out there as your business and you're trying to hit everybody, you're marketing to nobody.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking bland and fucking boring, okay? Nobody likes that bullshit because they know it's fake. And Dino, my man, I'm trying to motivate you, homie. You know you're my dude, man. And I'm glad that I just did motivate you, okay? But let me give you a little secret about motivation. This is something that I dropped at our last media event. Motivation is kind of bullshit. Actually, it is bullshit. Because we get motivation, right? But that's not what makes successful people successful, okay? No. What actually makes successful people successful is being able to do the bullshit that you don't want to do when you're not motivated, okay? Actually, willpower. Yeah. Willpower is the key. The dudes that are on fucking, I don't know, there's a lot of dudes out there that are trying to motivate you. They're all smiley and shit, and they act like they just rode a fucking, they just blew a unicorn, and there's like a shiny unicorn dick at the end of some fucking rainbow or something like that, right? And if you get that unicorn dick, that you'll just be happy like they are all the time. That's the biggest bullshit ever. I know, like, personally, guys, y'all know that I interviewed one of the biggest podcasters in the world. I'm not going to say his name on here. I kind of want to, but I'm not going to say his name right. But he's the largest podcaster in the world. I interviewed him. And he was the biggest fucking dick before we got on the podcast.
Really? Are you fucking serious?
And as soon as we got on there, his shit changed.
Hey, everybody, look at me.
Yeah. Swear to fucking God, it's a bunch of fucking horse shit. It's a bunch of horse shit. If you, let alone, I don't know, if you're a monk or something like that, I don't know, it takes like 30 years or some shit to,
dude.
Well, but it takes like 30 years or something like that to fucking completely clear your mind, and I don't even know if they're bullshitting, but I'm not going to waste fucking 30 years living in some monastery to find out. So, bottom line is, unless you embrace the pain that's in your life and you feel that pain, because guess what, y'all? We wouldn't know what the fuck pleasure is without pain. That's interesting about life. Yeah. Everything has a stark contrast, okay? And we wouldn't know what pleasure was unless we had pain. So when we feel the pain, you embrace it. And to be honest with you, during them moments where I feel the worst, where I feel the shittiest, where I have the most pain that comes over me, and I actually get the fuck up and do what the fuck I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it, is the times I get the greatest fucking reward. Because it's a challenge, it's a fucking test, and it's put there for us to learn from it. Okay? There ain't nothing out there. There ain't nothing out there you'll ever respect that comes easy.
I know, you're all like being serious, and I'm like...
Embrace that fucking pain, man. Feel that pain. You know what I'm saying? That shit hard. That shit makes you strong. You know what I mean? Would you really want that to disappear from your life? And then the first time somebody did something, I've tried that in the past. I've tried to be Mr. fucking happy all the time, okay? And then what happens is somebody comes up and they fucking do something to ruin it, and it feels like the whole fucking world just caved in on me.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Because it's not natural.
No, it's not.
It's not natural. And like I said, honesty, above and beyond a Buddhist monk.
But in all
that
honesty,
bullshit,
like relationship-wise, what you just said, like, that was not good because it caused some setbacks in our relationships because there were certain things that I was doing that was not good. There were certain things that I was being a freaking asshole and getting away with, and John was just acting all like hunky-dory.
I was trying to be Mr. Nice Guy for a long time, man.
Exactly.
I was trying to be that way for a long time. It never self-corrected itself. It fucking got worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then one day he just kind of like, it just kind of exploded a little bit. And then I was like, Oh, I feel so bad. I wish you would have just called me out on it when it happened. Are
Oh
you
God,
reading the
Jeff.
comments?
Jeff, you're so fucking bad.
Who are you reading?
Jeff's been drinking all day, I think.
Wait a minute,
That
what
is
does
so
that say?
dirty. It's almost like a fucking porn.
Hold on.
Blowing
Blowing a nut.
don't even
Blowing
say
a
it.
nut is pleasure. Old lady sliding her finger in your butt is pain.
It seems like he knows from experience. I love you, Jeff, dude. Hey, man, everybody got their own thing, right? How baked are you guys? I'll be honest with you. I rarely smoke weed.
I don't do that stuff when we're getting ready to do a podcast.
Nah.
Could you even imagine? Oh my
Nah.
God.
I probably smoke weed about once a fucking. I ain't saying that I don't smoke weed at all, but occasionally, and to be honest with you, I gotta like be drinking when I do it. I just, for some reason, I don't like the way it makes me feel.
I do.
She likes it.
I won't
And guess what?
lie.
You know what? All you motherfuckers against that stuff are fucking stupid as fuck.
Yeah, motherfucking
Because
yeah.
it's fucking natural, and I don't give a fuck. I think it should be legalized. That bullshit. Here's the way I look about this, okay? Laws are lines created by other men.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that I respect the fucking line they created?
I don't.
I think it's bullshit. You can't do U-turns here in Ohio.
No, here in Ohio,
So
you
I
can
do them
in
all
certain
the time.
spots. You can in certain spots.
I do them
but,
all the time.
Well, here in Ohio, we just got it passed for,
Medical marijuana.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting
we'll
there,
see how that
y'all.
works. We'll see how that
We're
works.
getting
Right?
there, right?
But like I said, that
Step
shit
in the right
kind of
direction.
freaks me out sometimes. I don't know, man. It just makes me tired and doesn't allow my brain to function the way that I want it. But it really makes her happy and
good for anxiety, get the giggles. You know?
So now you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to laugh, you want to have a good laugh, just hit me up. You'd be having
One thing you
mad
fucking guarantee,
giggles.
you ain't gonna hear you ain't gonna hear us bullshitting you on stuff like that, right?
No. I keep it 100.
Did I do drugs in the past? Fuck yeah.
Yes, he did.
I mean, Jesus, it's probably been like a long ass time ago, but
John did a lot of drugs.
back in my 20s, back in stuff like that, fuck yeah, man. I used to do LSD, used to do mushrooms. Probably some of the best times of my life have been hallucinogenic experiences and stuff like that. And
one time, John ate some mushrooms, and I was pregnant at the time.
oh, they just see me spear Bill.
And I was pregnant at the time, and I thought it would be,
My shirt's gonna come off.
this was after a while. I didn't have any realization of how long they were going to last, and I was like, oh, the news is on. I want to watch the weather. And it was something about the U.S. and China. And John is, like, peeking out of his, like, window. Like,
I thought we were going to war.
yeah, barely moving the curtain. And he was, like, all, like, wigged out and everything like that. I'm like, it's okay. Just come down and lay down. You'll be all right,
Man, if y'all seen the people that I grew up with and you understood the environment that I grew up in, and if you guys listen to some of the previous podcasts, like it was totally natural to understand that I grew up, like some of my friends were fucking serious crack dealers. Like I grew up in an environment of fucking a lot of fucking fighting, a lot of violence. There was shit. I had a gun when I was like fucking 13 years old. Okay, I had fucking
yeah, but that was then. This is now.
Right.
Man.
But the shit that I grew up in, though, it was legit to think that it's okay that my dude's a crack dealer because that's the way he made money. And that was his only way of making money. That's where I grew up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in an environment that was rough as fuck. I've probably been in something to the nature of 100 plus fist fights. I've had my fucking teeth beat through my lips. I've been in the hospitalized. I've fucking been hitting the heads with crowbars. I've been shot at. I fucking sent other people to the hospital. I mean, that's the type of environment that I grew up in. And to say that I only got away by doing LSD and fucking mushrooms and shit like that is probably a really good thing. You know?
But one of the most awesomest things is that once we had our baby, or Mr. Jonathan. Yeah. John got a different way of thinking.
He changed everything for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I honestly think like that's the difference between sometimes like a man and a boy. You know what I mean? Like when a man has a child, they got to reevaluate what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Was it a slow process for me? Fuck yeah, because we were early 20s. But, you know, we got a kid now that's fucking doing amazing. He's a straight A student. He's something way, way better and above on what I've ever imagined. I mean, we live in the damn nicest area in Ohio. I mean, it's like it's night and day compared to where I came from.
We did that on purpose. I mean, we bought a house that was in a very good school district here in Ohio, and we knew that it was going to benefit him, even though we're paying fucking taxes.
Dino said, "Oh my God, I got into a fight with a girl when I was a kid." Dino,
I want to know that story.
Yeah.
I need to know that story.
Yeah.
I need to know the details. That's probably actually a good story right there.
Yeah, I have literally been jumped by like 5 guys at the same time. I mean, it's like I don't know. The shit. It's
all good.
The shit that I grew up in. You know what I mean?
It's all
Most
good
people
in the hood.
wouldn't have been able to like kind of turn. You know what I mean? And I believe, actually, I believe, and I know that this is my opportunity to talk to children who are in my position and let them know that like nobody defines you. Okay? Like for instance, when I dropped out of high school and I left high school, the superintendent told me that I would never amount to nothing at all. I still plan on showing up.
Find this guy.
I still plan on showing up in that month, and I'm happy that he said that. But just for an epic proportion, I want to fly into his yard in a chopper, like James Franco style, fucking blowing his windows out and shit with the chopper. You know what I mean? And be like, "What's up, man?" But like in truth, that's part of what drove me.
John Halley.
That's part of what drives me to do what I do today. And in all honesty, guys, I'll let you know, I talk a lot about my deepest mission, the deepest seated mission that I have, you know what I mean, or the one that you should have, okay? And Paul, you're on here right now, man, and you can kind of contest to this. You can actually agree to this. What's one of the big questions I asked you? It's the same question I ask everybody. I ask them, what the fuck do you want?
What
the fuck do you want out of life? You'd be surprised how many millionaires, how many people with hundreds of thousands, whatever, like have never sat and figured out exactly what the fuck they want. Okay?
Wow, Lily, our schnauzer just really got upset about that.
I'll be honest with you, when my ultimate goal is achieved, it'll be the destruction and the rebirth of an educational system as we see it. That's my goal. That's what I tie everything to day in and day out. I don't believe people should be defined based on a set of parameters that was laid out by people that don't even fucking understand the nature of people, okay? Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, okay? Public school, actually most every school was created to keep you from failure. It was never designed for success. It was never designed to teach you the true principles of success. That's what I got to tell all y'all out there. You guys got children, and you think it's the job of a school district?
No.
To teach your children what success is?
No.
They might keep them from failure. They might teach them how to fucking count. They might teach them how to read, but they're not teaching them what success is or the principles.
Yeah, that's right.
That are there for success. And the bottom line is because the people that are teaching them, most of them, there's good teachers out there. I know there's good teachers. I had a lot of good teachers. I had some shitty bad teachers too.
Jonathan's got a few teachers that I'm just like, where have they been?
Bottom line is,
Absolutely
they can't
love 'em.
take you. They can't take you somewhere where they've never ventured.
No, but
they
they
cannot
can
take you. They cannot take your child somewhere where they haven't went.
No, but here's the deal, though. With these type of teachers, though, they can give them the tools, and they can inspire them to think outside of what is being taught. And Jonathan has a few of those teachers this year, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, roll with that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
What
The
is
bottom line
that?
is, but bottom line is, I spend a lot of time with my son, teaching him the real principles of success.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys hear what I'm spitting right here? I keep it going, man. Like, I spend a lot of time working with him because I know it's not somebody else's job. It never was anybody's job to teach your children.
It's your job.
It's your fucking job.
It is your fucking job.
Because you're the only one that cares about them.
Exactly. And to me,
In a much deeper way.
hey,
Okay? You know what I'm
and
saying?
to me, that's what, like, Mother's Day is all about, is, like, Jonathan, like, anything that I will ever do in my lifetime, no matter what it is, like, he was my greatest achievement. There is nothing that can surpass him at all. He is my greatest achievement. He's always been my number one goal. He's my greatest achievement in life.
Absolutely.
He
So with
is.
that all in mind, y'all, I think we're about to sign off this thing.
That's okay.
Been going hard for a minute.
We have
All
to
y'all
go
showing
over
these
it.
Kimbers up here. Look at that bad boy right there.
I
That's
think
my.
it's got a laser on it, doesn't it?
It does have a laser on it. I need to replace the battery though.
I think I picked that gun out.
That's the one I popped in my hoodie that day when somebody walked up to my front door. And I don't know, I'm fucking weird when people walk up to my front doors. I always pop a gun out, you know, and toss up my hoodie, just kind of have my finger on it. But he was there for the Obama campaign. Oh, man, there for the Obama campaign. And then this one right here.
That is like John's like little pride and joy, and I bought that for him for his birthday.
Oh, it's loaded too.
Yeah, that's him. That's him, baby, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I bought him that for his as a birthday present right there.
You know you gotta love a girl that buys you that for your birthday present, right?
Yeah.
So this one right here is the one that I popped in the back of my pants the time I brought the AT&T guy in.
No, you had in the front. You didn't have it.
Oh,
in
I
the
have it in
back.
front? Yeah,
You had it in the
yeah.
front.
The AT&T guy that
You
was
be answering
harassing
that door,
her.
and you had to have it in the front.
And of course, I look like I came straight out of prison, so I let him know, you know, he can come on in, big
You're
homie.
like,
Me and him
hey,
can talk about it.
hey.
Let's go over here. Let's have a
boo,
seat
boo,
down
boo.
here on my bed right here. Me and you talk about this right here. Swear to God, I opened the door. He been harassing her and shit. She come back talking to my husband. He came back. Dude fucking knocked on my door, had this shit tucked in the front of my pants. He takes one look at me, goes, "Hey man, I'm here from AT&T. You know, I was wondering if, I don't know, I think I'm gonna get out of here."
That's the thing. Like, I am all about, like, women, like, doing their own thing, you know, like, doing this and doing that. But let me just tell you.
I don't know what a desk pop is, Paul.
Will you listen?
Yeah.
Listen to me,
All right, go ahead.
right?
Sorry.
Like I said, like, I'm all about women, like, doing their own thing, like, women empowerment.
Yeah.
But let's just keep it real. All women need a good a man. We all need a good man.
Mm-hmm.
We need a good man in our life. Because we need to be put in our place.
Not a fucking bitch that's scared of a gun.
Well, yeah, but we need to be put in our place.
You imagine if you was a woman.
We need somebody to tell us how it is.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, could you
And
imagine?
definitely how to lay the pipe.
Ah, shit, oh my God.
Because let me tell you something. If you ain't getting laid, y'all got a problem out there.
You know what, though? That was my dude, Brian Brenner, who owns, like,
so
he's got,
fucking
like,
true.
my dude, Brian Brenner, okay, who owns, like, I don't know, he owns, like, 4 tattoo studios.
Yeah.
Got, like, 30 of the best tattoo guys fucking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We were all talking relationship advice one day while I was getting tattooed. He was doing this lion on my hand. And he stopped, And like in the middle of everybody talking about the shit that was going on in front of like for people's relationships, stuff like that, Brian stopped everything. The whole room got quiet. And Brian said, "You know what people's problems are?" We're like, "What?" You know? Everybody listens when fucking Brian talks, right? He says, "Fucking couples ain't fucking." He says, "If you're fucking 2 to 3 times a week, you don't have any problems at all."
That is right. I'm being serious.
And
Now,
guess
in
what,
in
man?
all honesty, okay, like anyone that is married or you've been with your significant other for a long time, you're gonna have the times where it's not gonna happen like that. But you know what?
Yeah.
You hit. This is what I told John. I was like, you hit the reset button and you start all over again.
We gotta do that shit sometimes. Sometimes my shit gets crazy, y'all.
That's all
I
you
don't
gotta
even know
do.
what it'd be like to fucking.
That's all you gotta do. You just gotta sit
Yeah.
here like, I'm gonna hit that fucking reset button and we're gonna do it all over again. And you know what? That works.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
That's some good advice there. I'm being dead serious.
She is.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, y'all. So look at this. I think we're out of here now, right?
Yeah. Everybody have a very happy Mother's Day.
I am, y'all. So anyhow, before I leave right here, just a heads up. That's at Springfield XDM. I don't give a fuck about Corey Fisher. You fucking
That's a nice
bitch.
gun to shoot
All
right there.
That is one of the best guns I've ever shot right here.
Corey Fisher don't like
9
that.
millimeter. Yeah, he's fucking gay. So there you go, right there, y'all. So
Corey,
anyhow, guys,
don't be doing that.
if this is your first time at the fucking Tactical Dent Tech podcast, just know we got thousands of listeners. We started out really small, and a couple fucking brokers got on there, started talking shit, and they made us.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
They made one of our shows really popular. And then fucking people went back and listened to other ones, okay? So, thank you fucking haters. We appreciate it. Love you long time. I'm gonna fucking take a swig of this motherfucking Viking blood, okay? I'm gonna see you on that next one.
And just remember, it's all about the hustle. Hey!
It's the king of the jungle when I can't be tamed. Take you all the way to the millennium reign. It's the return of the germ, it's that funky worm. Heated like the bottomless pit when it burn. Bro, my flow you cannot handle. I'm bumping and I'm humping like a camel on your radio channel. It's me, THREAT. Life of 95 most definitely. In fact, under my style's a low Jackson stop. He stole his rhymes from the zoo tribe.